Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ferris, and how are y'all doing this evening? Well, it's been a little while since the last video on the channel, but I thought I'd just share with y'all what I'm working on and this monster here. Now, I know a lot of y'all have zero-turn mowers and lawnmowers to mow your grass, and this one here, I just thought I'd show you what I'm working on. This one here is a John Deere 997 Trak zero-turn mower. Now, this mower here is one of the bigger mowers that I've worked on. Normally, all the other mowers that I've worked on have gasoline engines in them. Little twin cylinder or even single cylinder gasoline engines in them. This one here is a 3-cylinder diesel. Yes, that's right. It has a 3-cylinder diesel engine to operate the machine. Now, I'll give you some more specifics here in just a minute as we go through this thing. I just thought I'd show you how big, and video doesn't do it justice. You have to come and see this thing in person in order to get the full gist of it. And by the way, yes, I have a white cat that crosses my path sometimes. So here's what the situation is with this mower. It's from a customer of mine that called me up and told me if I knew how to work on these things. I was like, yeah, I know a little bit about them. He was complaining that after running for a little while that the mower would shut down. It would not run. And sure enough, as I was using it and finding out this mower, after about an hour of use, the alarm come on and the deck would shut off. Now, he was also complaining that the mower would just shut completely down, and I'm gonna get into that in just a minute as well. So I found out that the alarm that was going off is for high temperature. Now, that high temperature alarm is either for hydraulic or engine temperature. Well, the first thing I checked, the easiest thing I checked, was the engine temperature. Now, let's go over here to the engine. Let me show you more about it. Now, this engine, like I said before, is a little 3-cylinder diesel engine. It is a Yanmar diesel engine in this John Deere zero-turn mower. It's liquid cooled, which means it does have a radiator. It does have a fan down there, as well as like an alternator, and it does have coolant to cool the engine. So when the alarm was going off, the first thing I checked was the temperature of the coolant. Of course, this thing had been running for an hour, and I was able to look at the overflow tank right there on the side of the radiator, and it was not bubbling. And then I went over to the upper radiator hose, and I kind of held on to it for a little bit, maybe like 15 seconds, which being a kind of sort of professional, I do that to check temperature once in a while, but I would not recommend you doing that unless you have experience in checking temperatures on engines. In any event, I could hang on to that coolant hose, and it did not burn my hand. So I was like, you know what? It's not the coolant that's it's not overheating. It's not the coolant temperature that we're worried about. Well, come to find out that coolant, or that temperature sensor, also senses the temperature for the hydraulics. Now, the hydraulic tank is right there, which goes to the hydraulic pump there underneath the seat. The seat sits right on top of everything here. And so I found the temperature sensor right underneath that panel over there and disconnected it, bypassed it, and the alarm was going off even when this thing was cold too. It was short-circuiting. So I bypassed the temperature sensor and ran a wire around, and it runs just fine. So the temperature sensor is faulty, but in order to get the proper temperature sensor, you got to buy the whole tank, which is about $1,200. And I told the customer all this, and he's like, no, just keep it bypassed, and we'll just keep on driving it from there. And a few other things that I've done to this mower too since I've had it. I've had it for a good while now because of everything that's going on, and plus I want to make sure this thing is good for the customer. That all the tires went flat on this mower, the 2 back ones, the 2 front ones. So I went ahead and had all the tires fixed up. I sent them to a tire shop and had sealer put in them, had some holes fixed and things of that nature, and they've been holding up very well since the last few days since we got it back. Now, So you might be wondering, how big is this deck on this zero-turn mower here? This deck, okay, you ready for this? This deck on this mower is 72 inches. Okay, it's 6 feet across on this mower. So it will mow a good section of grass, a good space, while it's running as well. Also, what we've done to this mower too, the customer also wanted me to change the blades on it. As you can see, I did put new blade on it. I have been running it since we put the new blades on to find out why this thing was shutting down. Now, I was running this thing earlier today for about an hour, hour and a half after I had the blades on, and it was actually did shut down. The engine did shut off while I was moving. And in this unit, I noticed the battery was kind of old in it. I actually took the battery out of it a few days ago and had it charged up at the store, and I put it back in. It had a little bit of a charge to it, but it would not crank it up, so I had to jump start it today in order for it to run. Yet the mower decided to shut down after about an hour and a half of usage. So I got with the customer and told him what was going on with the battery and everything. He said, you know what, just go ahead and replace the battery as well. So we wound up replacing and putting in a new battery in the unit, and now with the new battery, it will start up and run just like it should on any given day. So hopefully we've got everything taken care of on this mower. I'm gonna finish putting it together and everything, and start it up and just let it run for, you know, an hour, hour and a half, couple hours or something, and see if this thing will shut down again. Hopefully the battery has taken care of the problems that we've had, and I fixed with the electrical issues and things of that nature. And we've got everything else just about wrapped up and fixed up on this thing. And you know, if that's what the problem was and that cures it, well, it's going to go back to the customer. That way he can use it as well. So I just thought I'd let you know about this machine that I'm working on, as well as the other machines. This one here was kind of giving me fits and troubles a little bit, but we figured it out, and it's about ready to go back home to its owner. Now, one thing I will mention, I had another video previous. If you look on my previous videos on YouTube, there was a video about a Sportsman 500 and a carburetor. Well, I started having some comments from some viewers about that video. It was nothing bad. They were just wondering, you know, about how the carburetor is assembled and how it goes back together and how things should work. And we were commenting back and forth, okay, and we were, you know, trying to figure out what was going on with the issue that the person had with his Sportsman 500. And after that happened, with all the comments and everything on that video, you're gonna have to go back and look at the YouTube video of the Sportsman 500 and the carburetor. I had over 145 views. Just the only thing that I can think of was from the comments that was attributed to that video, and we didn't have not too much of a lengthy conversation. It was just, you know, commenting back and forth, you know, on how to fix a particular problem on this person's Sportsman 500 that he had. So that's one thing I suggest. Even though, you know, whenever you view videos and check out videos of what I'm working on YouTube, go ahead and send me a comment. I check the comments. I will reply. It may be a thumbs up, maybe a smiley face. It may be, hey, how you doing? You never know. Just depends on what you say. So please just give me a comment or two on my videos. It will go a long ways for these videos to reach other people and other problems. You know, it may help solve a problem that somebody might have on these particular units that I'm working on. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and also check me out on Instagram. I've got a lot of pictures of this particular mower on Instagram. My Instagram is fearlessfly100 as well. Give me a thumbs up if you like the channel. If you don't like the channel, give me a thumbs down, and we'll go from there. I'm sorry for all the wind noise and everything. It's even though it's a beautiful evening in watching all this. Let me know what you think about this John Deere 997 diesel zero-turn mower. I'd love to hear from y'all, and hopefully y'all will receive some benefit from watching these videos. I have plenty more videos that's going to take place. Yes, I have not forgotten the 83 F-150. There's going to be plenty more on this truck. I just got the parts for it, for all the brakes and everything, and I'm going to go through and show y'all what I'm going to do to this truck that has not been done to this truck in a very long time. So stay tuned for the next video on the F-150, and you'll see what we're going to do on the repairs for this truck and make it a whole lot better on braking, because you know what, all this stuff that I have in the back, it is heavy. As you can see, it weighs down the truck quite a bit, and it needs all the braking power that you can get. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, and hope everybody is doing well despite the circumstances that's going on this time in the world. Again, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Send me some likes, send me some comments. Them comments go a long ways in order for other people to view the videos and to possibly solve their issues that they may have with their equipment. Thank y'all for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.